You're watching Monday with the Mayor here on 18 WJTS, and today we are in Huntingburg talking with Mayor Denny Spinner. Thanks for joining us.
Good to be here today.
And I understand in a recent meeting you guys talked about a sewer rate increase.
Right. That was a project that we've been working on for some time now. We knew about this time last year that the capacity of our wastewater treatment plant was being exceeded. We were licensed to process about 1.2 million gallons of water a day, and we were exceeding that on a daily basis. And when we realized that, we began a study of the plant to see how we remedy that, to stay in line with the Department of Environmental Management standards and allow Huntingburg to continue to grow. Because one of the options, or one of the problems with that capacity issue, is that if we were at capacity, the state could come in and say there would be no more sewer connections, which would stop any of the building of new homes in Huntingburg, any new businesses that would come in, any industrial expansion would be restricted through that order. So we started looking at options on how to remedy that. And after much discussion through the Board of Public Works, the City Council, and our Utility Rate Advisory Board, we settled on a project that basically comes up to building a brand new wastewater facility on the existing site, and at a cost of about $20 million. So when we got that cost, it was like, okay, how do we do this now without having a tremendous impact on our ratepayer? How can we make this happen? And we had a tremendous committee that worked together, our engineering team, our rate consultants, the USDA, our Indiana Region 15, members of our own committee from internally, city council members, and we worked through every step along the way to find a way to do this project, which there was an option not to, and do as affordable as we possibly could. We were fortunate with work through USDA and the Indiana Finance Authority to secure funding, a loan for this project at 1.12% funding over 40 years, which absolutely was the thing that put us over the top into being able to proceed. With that, we did the rate studies, we looked at where we wanted to be, and there is going to be a series of rate increases. The first rate increase we just passed will be effective in October, in the October billing. You may see this, and it's an 8.5% increase in sewer rates. The state looks at the average user, and there is no thing that's an average user, but the average user in Huntingburg would see a rate increase of around $4 a month for this project. We pass subsequent rate increases for the next 2 years again. So for a year from now, there will be an additional 11% increase, and 2 years from now, there will be a 10% increase. But that should put us in a position where we can continue to operate the wastewater facility for 20 years. And if we can control costs through that time, we think that we can keep those rates at that level for an extended period. Some variables in that rate that are still out there are if we get additional funding from other sources, which we are seeking, but also if the project has not been bid yet. It's in the design phase right now. About a year from now is when we'll actually bid for the project and go construction. And if those numbers come in lower than our estimates, then of course we have an option to change that rate structure as we go forward. Nobody likes a rate increase. I don't like a rate increase, but I have to pay that rate increase just like everyone else. But everyone on the boards that processed through this, there were individual citizens of Huntingburg that looked at every option that we had and believe this is the right course of action for the city, because we need to invest in our infrastructure. We've done that all along. Sometimes that comes up to paying a little bit more, but we hope that this will secure the future of our wastewater department for a long term. And we feel we've done as much as we can to make the rate reasonable. We put a lower rate at the beginning of it because of all the experiences we've had with COVID and other things. We didn't want the first rate increase to be completely out of line, so we put the lowest as we possibly could at the beginning to enable to cover our costs for design and going into construction. So a lot of work went into this, and we've done a great job of communicating the issues and we had good questions, but I hope the citizens and the ratepayers understand the importance of this project, and I believe it's going to be a good investment for the city long term.
I understand you recently got a grant from Market Street Park.
Well, we are applying for a grant for Market
Right.
Street Park. I think that it's pretty good that we will have a chance for it. Radius, which is our economic development organization for the 8-county region, the DuBois County is one of them, approached us with an idea of a possibility of a grant for electric charging stations in public places. And so we did some research with them and looked at some different locations, and through our energy department, Superintendent John Rudepoler, we identified Market Street Park as an area where we could locate this type of facility. It'd be a great place if people, it's people coming off the interstate or traveling with electric vehicles, if they could come to Market Street Park and do their charging for, an hour. Where else would you rather be than in a nice, beautiful park in a downtown area where you can see the shops and the restaurants and whatever? So we're working with Radius on that. The cost of the actual unit, two unit charging station, would be about $15,000. $9,000 of it will be covered by the grant should it be successful. So the city of Huntingburg's investment of this will be about $6,000. But I believe it's going to, again, as trends change, you see more and more electronic vehicles. In fact, at the meeting on Tuesday night when the superintendent reported on it, he showed us a picture of a new all-electric pickup truck that is going you can now order. So it would only make sense maybe for the electric department to have, an electric pickup truck. But that type of technology is there. It's happening. And this will give us a chance to get kind of a leg up on that. I know the city of Jasper is involved in the same grant. Many communities around the Radius region are. So it looks like it could be a very exciting project.
Well, that sounds really fun.
Yeah.
So thank you.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us today.
Glad to be here.
You've been watching Monday with Mayor here on 18 WJTS, and today we have been in Huntingburg talking with Mayor Denny Spinner. Thanks for watching. This is 18 WJTS, local people watching local people.